Hi everyone, Trina here. Today we're going to talk a little bit about using these Distress Oxides on the Gelli Plate and making work. One of the things that I love these these Distress Oxides and the sprays, so I've been thinking about it and I thought, what if I put down the marks and then took my gel medium and laid down a layer of that on the Gelli Plate. So this is the paper I did earlier. And as you can see with the wet brush, but it doesn't lift. There's no lifting on the paper. You can see it's not moving. There's nothing on my finger. Let's try a little bit over here. Nothing's coming off on the paper. So that is exciting. That means that we can use our Distress inks if we put a layer of gel medium over top of it to seal it. So I'm going to show you how we did that. So I'm working here with the ground espresso. What I'm going to do is just sort of put it on here. If you push and drag, you can make some pretty cool marks. This is going to be our base layer. You can always brayer this out, but the more you push, the more ink you're going to get. I might brayer out some. I like that mark there. So we're just going to brayer it out a little bit. The thing is with these inks is that it never looks like there's a lot on there. But trust me, there's a lot on there. Okay, so let's take a stamp. Let's take this stamp. We're just going to press it in a few spots. Now, it's kind of hard to see, but it is making marks. Let's also take this asymmetric stamp as well and just press it in a few spots. So we're just going to lay this down and see what we get. Now you're going to want to use all of your Distress, all of the ink that you want before we put the gel medium layer down. Okay, let's see what we get. Ooh, that's really cool. Let's come in a little bit closer so you guys can see what we did here. You can see we've got like some little lines, some little prints. And you can add another layer. The cool thing about these Distress inks is that they are water soluble, which makes it really fun. If you add water to them, they do some really cool things. So let's come in with the Distress Oxide. This is the walnut stain, and I'm just gonna, this stuff is very messy. So I'm just gonna put a piece of paper here. And we're just gonna spritz out a little bit. Okay. The cool thing that I found is that we can either leave it like that. It works kind of cool, and we get more on the Gelli Plate, so it's not gonna stick, but watch what happens when we put the paper down. Look at that cool mark we just made. So I want to just continue to add just some bits of it. And if we added some water, we can make even cooler marks. So let's see what happens here. Look at that. That's maybe a bit much, right? I mean, that's a lot. Let's do a little bit more here through the middle. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm actually gonna come back in with a paper towel and take up some of this. So you can kind of see what's possible with these colors. It's very interesting. I love it. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, let's shake this up a little bit. This is the vintage photo from the same company. I'm just gonna spritz a little bit of this on here. And you can see I just made a mess. Let's press a little bit of this on here. Kind of give it a little bit more texture. So again, you want to make sure you're done with the ink before we seal it. That's probably enough. I'm really loving all this texture here. So we're going to let this dry and then we will continue on. Okay, this is all dry. Now, if I were to take water and put it on here, it would definitely reactivate this ink. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take, I'm using Amsterdam glossy gel medium because I think the gel medium over the acrylic medium works best. So we're just going to lay down some of this. Don't need a lot. That's probably too much. Then we're going to brayer it in a really thin layer. I put maybe too much on here just because I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. And a nice even layer. And I went up a little higher because I want to make sure that I get everything all sealed and everything that we want covered. We're just going to press it down. Maybe use a Baron. Okay, make sure you get good contact. And now we're putting a layer of the gel medium over top of what we just did. And that should, when dry, seal it enough so that we can use our mixed media techniques over top. You can see that some of it came off. And it's super thin, like you can barely see it. But I promise you it's there. So let's try this. Okay, so now the test. It's dry. Let's see what happens when we put water on it. Nothing. It's absolutely sealed in there. I don't think I got any over here on the edge, so you can see how this is lifting because there wasn't any, I didn't get any gel medium over here, but that's because my plate didn't get that far. But you can definitely see how that's lifting. So that's awesome. This is gonna make doing these and using this ink a lot more accessible because now we can play around with the ink and then print on top of it, which is what we're gonna do now. So I wanna prepare a mask. So I think I'm gonna do some text through here. I just want it to be like right through here. Maybe right through there. So this is deli paper and I'm gonna cut this out and then we'll have a mask so we can do some text. Okay, let's lay down a little bit of the Amsterdam Oxide Black. We don't need a lot. I'm just gonna roll that out in a thin layer. Thin, but not too thin. Okay, so this is our text. I'm gonna have to cut this into 2 sections so we make sure we get it all in there. Let's do, oh, maybe not. Oh, it should fit just fine. Leave it on for about 10 seconds, light rubbing. Okay, maybe 12 seconds. There's some text for us to play with. We're gonna let this dry. Notice that I want it over here. So you print it over here and flip it so that when we flip it back, it's gonna be in the right spot. If that makes sense. We're gonna go in with a tiny bit of the acrylic medium. Still using the Amsterdam gel for today. And roll that out. Thin layer. I do like this gel medium, and I think it's because it comes in a container that's easier to deal with than the big bottle of Liquitex. Okay, I want this to overlap just a little bit. We might need another one over there. I think we're gonna need another one over there. Okay, let's flip this over. Make sure. My desk is a mess from all the spraying I've been doing. But that's okay. It's just paper. We can always pick it up and use it. Actually, these might make really cool collage papers. Possibly. Okay. Let's see what we get. Perfect. So now we've got 2 layers down. I think I'm going to add another tiny strip of it right through here. For this one, I just put down these paper masks that I have. Again, with the Oxide Black. I find that the Oxide Black is the best paint. It's probably the Amsterdam paint, but the Oxide Black is my favorite for doing image transfers of any kind. It just has a really good formula for it. So I've cut these pieces down. Oh, that's really skinny. You see I got a little paint there, but that's okay. It's still implied. This might be too skinny for this. But that's not going to stop us from trying. Okay. Okay. I think that works for me anyway. Let's let it dry and we'll transfer it. Tiny bit of gel medium. Brayer that out. I don't know that my brayer was very clean. Oops. It was not clean at all. That's okay. We're still gonna be okay. All right, let's put this down. Maybe it needs to overlap just a little bit. You can see where I've got some black marks. Clean off this paper. I do have a piece of plastic over this, and that's just so I can use it to brayer. Otherwise it would get stuck to the plate. I also wanted to add that when I'm drying, I use a hairdryer, but I use it on the cool setting. Don't use it on the hot setting. Okay, we're just gonna peel this up this time. Okay, it's a little grungy. Not quite as crisp as that, and I think it's because it's so tiny. But I kind of like what we got going on here. Let's take a look. Let's go in closer. What do you guys think? We want to do like some gray up at top, and we need to probably put something down here. Let me think about it. Okay, this is the Payne's Gray from Liquitex. Brayer that out. I think this is a netting, my lovely favorite mark making tool almost. Oh, that's fun. Okay. Got a nice few layers there. Oh, I don't like that black. Let's get that off. We can. Sometimes you have to be careful when you're using a plate like this because you'll get random marks like that. But we're gonna come in, I want to leave some white space. I kind of want to cover up that dot, which I didn't do. Let's go over with the Baron. Maybe we need some stamps. I haven't used stamps in a while. Maybe some stamps through here, like some pretty bold black ones. Or maybe that brown. Oh, that brown, that one brown would be nice. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna flip it over just to give it a once over here in the back. Okay. That is fun. I like what we got going on here. I don't like that though. I wonder if I came in with a little bit of water, if I could get, that's just a little bit of the spray left over. Oh look, it just lifts right off. But then it kind of made an ugly mark there. Well, we can fix that. Let's fix it right now. Where's my Payne's Gray? Nothing that a little color shaper and a little paint. Let's just get right in there. Ooh, that's kind of a nice mark, actually. I kind of like what's going on. Let's make more of that. It's a nice sort of transition, I think. I like that. Yay, yay me. Okay, I have this piece of blue scrap paper from the medical exam experiments I did. And I like it, but I think, I like it. Let's go ahead and use it. Lay down a layer of gel medium. And we're gonna see if our little experiment really worked after we do this. Not lifting. Oh my God, it's so cool. Okay. You don't know how happy this makes me. Okay. Wetting down the paper. This is what makes it transparent. Oh, that's too far over. I don't think I have any gel medium over here. Okay. Look at that. So my next experiment would be with the medical exam paper if I did the same thing and put a layer down over top of it, if I would get the same effect as we did it here. And I think it should work. So then we can use those sprays to make collage paper that isn't going to lift. Okay, so I found another sheet of the medical exam paper. It's this one, which I think I made with, what is that, burnt sienna and so a little bit of Payne's Gray on the Gelli Plate. So I've cut out two pieces here that we're going to use. Let's put down some medium. Medium, water, medium. Oh, I just ripped it. I got a little too aggressive there. Well, let's just put it down. Maybe it'll sort itself out. It's a medium on top. Got some good layers going on here. Let's do this one up here. When you're using thin layers, it can be very delicate. But you can work through that. Oh, goodness me. What am I doing? Okay. Let's let this dry. And then I think we're going to come in with some pencil marks maybe, and some stamps. So this is my stamps that I made from craft foam. So it's just this craft foam here that has sticky tape on the back. You just cut it out and put it on a piece of foam core, and you get these really cool stamps. So you can see I've been doing this for a while. I have a lot of stamps. But they do have favorites, so let's pull out some and see what we get. Okay, so I'm going to roll out some of this warm gray from the Shades of Gray set. I just got my little 3x5 Gelli Plate here that I only use really for stamps. You could use a brush if you wanted, but I'm going to use... oh, I should have used a skinny brayer. What was I thinking? Skinny brayer would have been a better option. Okay. We're just gonna press this on just right around there. I think, like right there. I like to get my Baron out too, to give me some marks through there, just to give it a little bit more pressure. Oh, it's really stuck. Oops, did I overpressure? Okay, that didn't really come out very well. I don't mind it. It's just very light. I kind of want it to be darker, but it's going to do that. Let's roll out a bit more. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit more down here. I'm okay with it being a little lighter because it's very subtle. I could add something. I can sometimes be a little too bold. Well, I can't tell if that did anything. Okay, so I've mixed up a little bit of this orange gray, which I've never used, with some burnt sienna. And we're just gonna try a little bit over here. I don't know if this is gonna look good or not, but we're gonna try it. I'm not gonna Baron that down because I don't know that I'm gonna like it that much. Ooh, I kind of like it. That's kind of neat. What if we did like a little bit of a ghosty down here? Just part of it. That's not bad. What do we think? Let's add a little bit through here. Y'all, this skinny brayer is like the best thing ever. I just love how you can add marks without... It's just a great tool for adding marks. It doesn't, you know, it's not too big and bulky. You can be real subtle about it. Okay. I'm gonna make a pencil mark through here. Okay, we've got gel medium there. Pencils don't work on gel medium, apparently. That's interesting to learn. I think we need some black marks with our black stencil. It might need, you know what it needs? It needs some lighter areas. Okay, I'm gonna come in with the parchment from Liquitex. I'm gonna use the skinny brayer again to just add in some red, maybe. Hold on, let me clean this off. Okay, let's try that again. Clean brayers are awesome. I don't want to cover up all of my white. I kind of just want to give it some interest. Oh, that's kind of fun. What if we did like mimic those marks through there? I don't want too much of that. Maybe just a little bit over here. Yeah, I think that's really doing something. Maybe a little bit through here. Bring it up just a little bit. I just like to have like a line or a shape that kind of implies movement. Okay, that's probably enough. Okay, we've got our favorite stencil here, which is linked in the description. I'm just gonna come through with a little bit of line work. Just to kind of give it a little bit of black without being too crazy. I actually want to fill in or to add some through here because I didn't really like all of that. This is a dry brush too. I'm not using any water, just dipped in paint because I like that sort of distressed, almost stampy look that goes on there. Let's do a few more through here. We probably should continue that down a little bit. If you're new to the channel, I use this all the time. This is like my favorite stamp, my favorite stencil ever. Okay, I thought it might be neat to kind of bring it this shape. Oh, I do like that. Where's that little baby one? Okay, we need a little bit more paint. I want a little bit more of that. Oh, there's even smaller ones. Those are probably gonna come out like dots, but I'm kind of liking that. Ooh, that's really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna come in with the Quinacridone Nico Azul Gold. It just needs a little bit of vibrancy. This color is great because it's super transparent and it's like a glaze almost. Just adds just a little something, something, you know, like I love it. It has been discontinued, sadly. However, I just learned that they are formulating a new formula for the Nico Azul Gold that should be out soon. They being Golden. So they've come up with my understanding is that one of the pigments for this color had been discontinued. So they had to come up with a new composition for it. But I think they've done that. So let's just add a little bit more through here. I'm usually very subtle with this. One, because I only have 2 bottles of it left. And 2, because it doesn't take a lot to make an impact. Okay. I like it. So I kind of feel like I need to add more of this color too. So I'm just going to come in with a little bit of Payne's Gray through here with a color shaper. Now, as much as I love Baby Brayer, color shaper is my next favorite tool. Because it's a really nice way to add texture and color without getting too crazy with it. I love a subtle color. I love it. So we've kind of got this going on. I think I want to pour more. Let's maybe some through here because I kind of want to pull it down. Maybe a bit through here, just a little thicker. Oh, that's good. Okay, I'm feeling this now. I think it's working for me. Okay. That feels more complete to me. Just kind of can race around. Okay. Last but not least, I want to come in with my Ink Tints Payne's Gray. And just make a mark through here. All right. Let's see how it looks with a matte. Okay, here it is with the matte. A very dirty matte, but a matte's still the same. Love the first layer we laid down. Love it. Love that I figured out how to use these Distress Oxides in my workflow. I think that's awesome. I love the stamps. The collage is nice. I love the text, subtle. I love everything about this. I think it turned out great. I'm super excited for it. Might need some Nico right through there, but other than that, I think it works for me. I just got paint all over my shirt. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks to all the new subscribers that have come into the channel. Welcome. Join the madness. Feel free to ask questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click over here to see the last video I did, and I will see you in a few days with another video. Thanks so much.